All right. Welcome, everyone. I am in Colorado now and sprained my ankle. Had a travel day yesterday. That's why I'm a day late for this new moon practice, but we will get into it. We'll be doing seated pranayama, seated meditation. So you'll need something very comfortable to sit on. Let's see if I can just adjust myself here. And a wall. So we'll be using the wall at some point. I also have a block. If you have a block handy, you might want some blankets to sit on more comfortably or even pad you on the ground. But we're going to start seated comfortably. I'm going to use a block. Um, I didn't really think this through. I don't know how comfortably I'm going to be able to sit with my ankle, but you get comfortable seated. And I might just sit with my one leg straight. And we're going to get right into the info of what is happening in this double Leo sky with a grand trine in Earth. What does that mean? So a grand trine in Earth helps us see what our value is and really find this abundance in our unique gifts. We tend to shy away from letting our light shine. We are afraid to be big unless you are a lot of Leo energy yourself. But this is the beauty of Leo season and this double Leo sky, sun and moon in Leo. We also have Venus in Leo, retrograde. So that's a spiral inward to slow down and really look at who we are, what our unique gifts are, what we offer the world at a benefit to those gifts, and what our heart's desires, passions are, and what we really value the most. So we're pulling all that together in order to be the courageous lion, to step into our power, to show the world who we are. We also have a square with Uranus, which is really stirring up that idea of how we play small, how we deny our own unique gifts or our truth in order to please another or society, or fall into our conditioned patterns from those places and really break through those old patterns, the conditioning, in order to really sit in our power and shine brightly into the world. And that's what we're accessing today through these poses, through the pranayama, and the guided meditation and contemplations. We're going to really be focused on the heart energy. Leo rules the heart, Venus rules Leo, and the sun represents really how we project ourselves into the world. So we're really getting into it. Let's see. We're looking to claim our worth. And it's a challenging thing for most of us. It kind of comes through this incarnation of being human. We kind of lose or forget the energetic perfection that we are. And we all struggle with unworthiness. So we're really challenging that today. So get comfortable sitting. We're going to start with Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing, which will help balance right and left hemispheres of the brain, or the right and left energetic channels that run along the central line of our energy, and also our masculine and feminine energy. So we're going to start to try and find that balance first. Again, getting comfortable seated. Prop up the hips so that your knees are lower than the hips or equal. Grab a tissue, blow your nose a few times. I already did that. So that when we come into this alternate nostril breathing, we're not struggling with some, moisture there. And then if seated comfortably isn't working, you can lay on your back. That's always an option. We want to have and maintain the natural curves of the spine and a little bit of core engagement to support it, but also ease in the posture so you're not rigidly holding yourself up. Give your shoulders a few rolls. Where is the tension held in the body today? Especially around the heart. And once you find that comfortable seat and that soft and supported upright posture, effort and ease coming together brings balance. Let the hands, or your left hand, drop to the lap first finger and thumb together if you want to take Yana Mudra. And then right hand's going to take the Vishnu Mudra. First finger and middle finger come down to the pad of the thumb. Pinky and ring finger come together. Ring finger to your left nostril, thumb to the right. I like to keep the thumb and ring finger resting instead of like disconnecting and connecting over and over. So it's just gently resting on the rainbow of each nostril. Let's take 3 inhale and exhale cleansing breaths together just to find where we are in space and settle in. So inhale to your fullest expression through both nostrils. Exhale it out through both nostrils. 2 more like that. One more here. All right, close off your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left. Close the left nostril, pause. Exhale out through the right. Slight pause, close the right. Inhale left. Slight pause, close left, exhale right. Slight pause, inhale right. Close it off, slight pause, exhale left. Pause, inhale left. Slight pause, close left, exhale right. We're going to keep going in this rhythm. Inhale right. If the pauses don't feel great, release them. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. We're going to go for 1 more minute. You do it on your own. Maybe you extend the pauses or release them altogether. Finding the most easeful Nadi Shodhana for you today. The next time that you exhale out through the right, we'll release the right hand. Coming back to slow, rhythmic inhales and exhales out of the nose. Just noticing. Releasing the mudras. Switching the cross of your legs if you're seated cross-legged. You want to, again, come into this idea of our heart energy. We're going to move into our guided meditation. So again, you want to switch from seated to lying back, please do, maintaining the natural curves of your spine. Go ahead and soften the gaze inward or find a drishti point, a gazing point, focal point to settle on one focused point of focus. There we go. And keep the breath natural, expansive, but, just easeful. If the eyes are closed, try to see this inward center of the heart. This guided meditation is helping to expand your heart energy, the Leo within us all, to help find joy. If we're too attached to our past, our experiences, our narratives, we deny ourselves the pleasure of being in the present moment and what the heart's desires are each and every day. So we have this opportunity always to channel that. It's a powerful energy and an energetic force that we can expand outside of ourselves and into the world to hopefully create some real change, not only within our own lives, but within the lives of those around us and the world in general. This is Lola. Come here, Lola, you can sit with me. And that in that we can affect this real, my baby. What was I just gonna say? Sorry. We can, affect the planetary energy with our own, right? We talked about that in the Leo practice, Leo season practice, right? We are part of the collective is part of us. It's, can't separate that. So feel the ground beneath you. Feel where you are in time and space. Connect to your heart, bringing the left hand over the heart. Maybe you have your own furry friend coming in to join you. But recognize your environment. Who's here with you? What noises are in the room? Squeaky toys. Okay. What noises are outside of the room? How far can you expand your senses? What do you hear, see, taste, smell? And then start to expand the breath. Feel the ribs 360 degrees around the spine expand. And if you're laying on your back, it might feel really more comfortable to feel the bottom ribs of the back ribs on the ground and expand outward and up. But if you're seated like me, just feel all around as expansive. Notice what you feel as you deepen into the breath. Again, with your awareness and conscious mind coming into the heart space, right? The energetic heart space, right at the sternum. The Anahata chakra. Its energy is green. It's compassion, empathy, unconditional love from source. And then start to let your external environment fade away so that you're going deeper and deeper within this place and space of heart energy. Feeling the rhythm of your breath affecting the light of your heart. And it can be green. Maybe you see pink instead. It can be any color, it can be all colors, it can be devoid of colors. It's yours. What is it? But let the center of that be right in the middle of your physical body at the sternum. The center of front and back body. And from that centered place, feel the inhale expand and brighten it 360 degrees outward, and the exhale contract it back in. Inhale expands it outward. Exhale brings it back in. So using the pulsation of your breath, let this bright light, your bright light, expand and contract. Bringing you deeper and deeper within your heart energy and allowing yourself the permission to receive what is here. Let it get broader and brighter each round of breath, and let your conscious mind dance in this rhythm. See if you can expand it to the border of your body. Notice if that's somewhat challenging. Notice where a restriction arises, where there might be some blockage or resistance. It can be very powerful and helpful to see some form of breaking through that. Again, anything unique to you. Maybe you see, yourself with a sledgehammer and break it. Maybe you can just, pass through it somehow. Maybe there's water involved. Like, really, there are no end to what visualizations you create to tap into this heart energy for you today and be in the rhythm and fluid movement of this expansive practice. Using the breath. The breath is always something to return to bring you into a grounding and settled place. So notice if emotion comes up. Give yourself permission to cry. As we unravel the layers of armor that have protected our hearts over the years, let things come up, be met, seen, felt, heard, experienced, and released. You are held here in comfort and community and safety. Remember, we have this grand trine in Earth right now, supporting our courageousness to show up, to be seen, and to share our gifts, to be vulnerable, to see the fear, and do it anyway. Feel this pulsation of breath in the spiraling of your heart energy. You might start to even see it go clockwise. I shouldn't even say that. Maybe you don't need it to open up more. Maybe you need to retract it a bit. Let your higher self decide the best fluid movement of your heart energy as you stay in that pulsation of expansion on the inhale, contraction on the exhale. And continually give yourself permission to receive and be present with whatever comes up. And we'll do this just for a few more moments in quiet stillness. If it starts to feel too heavy or an overwhelming difficulty comes in, focus solely on the breath and the ground beneath you. And continually show yourself grace and compassion as these layers fade away. Just keep breathing and listening. Leo teaches that the courage comes from when we face our vulnerabilities, love ourselves in that very uncomfortable space, and push through it. This pathway into the heart takes courage. Maybe you can see yourself as the fierce lion, a fierce leader. See yourself sitting on the throne of truth and personal evolution. As we only grow in those spaces of vulnerability. One of my favorite phrases I return to time and time again is that there is no growth in the comfort zone, and there is no comfort in the growth zone. Slowly start to bring your awareness back into your physical body. Feel the ground beneath you. Maybe the heartbeat underneath your hands or your left hand, if you've kept it there this time. And again, heighten your senses. What do you hear in the room or beyond? What do you feel touching your body? Opening the eyes, what do you see? And start to find any movement as your body has been sitting in stillness. You might need some shifting. And we're going to come into our first restorative pose of hero. If you're sitting on the block like me, we're just going to shift into, I'm going to keep my injured ankle straight, but hero pose. If you're comfortable sitting on the floor in between your heels, all 10 toes facing straight back, all toenails clicked into the mat if you can. Give a gentle hug to the midline, and again, a little roll of the pelvis forward, sitting upright. We're going to go palms down, and again, maybe Yana Mudra, first finger and thumb together to ground our energy. And just start to maybe feel a little bit of pull and stretch through the quads. We're going to be doing all open heart postures, and we're starting here to get through the front of the thighs. And maybe if we start to recline, if that's okay for your knees, we'll get into the hip flexors and maybe the psoas. So make sure your knees are comfortable in full flexion. And then if you want more, we're going to keep the pelvis where it is, gently tilted forward, and maybe bring the hands back and just lean back. See how we do here, slowly. I'm going to shift myself sideways so you can see what happens. And I know that I'm comfortable, and I only have one block with me right now on the floor, but you can stay on the block. As we start to come further back, you can bend your elbows, draw the arm bones up to the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades back, bend down, and bend deeper so that the arm bone is out of the heart energy. Staying here, or if you're comfortable off the block, we can come lower to elbows. I think sitting on the block, it's just too high to come down this low. And you can always do one leg like I have and then the other if it's too much with both together. I'm going to come down onto the block, shoulder blades on a low setting block, and let my head drop back. We're going to stay 3 more minutes here in a reclined hero pose. You decide. Maybe you're going to sit upright the whole time. You find your best expression. And it can just be whatever comfortable pose it is for you. It could be child's pose with your idea of channeling the hero within. This pose is called reclined hero. Shoulder blades flat behind the heart. Opening the front of the chest. Opening to our heart's desires. We want to stay in that reflection of rhythmic breath, pulsing the light of our hearts with each pose we sit in. And I'd like to give you the opportunity now here to state some affirmations. So out loud if you want, or in your head. I am worthy. I am worthy of my heart's desires. I am perfect in this moment. I have everything I need to succeed. Just a few more moments here. Okay, give a little hug into the belly. If you're reclined like me, we're going to get up onto the elbows, chin into the chest, up onto the hands. However, your props are in the way, get them out. We're going to lean to one side. Straighten both legs, one at a time. Shake them out a little bit. We're going to come over into tabletop. Hands and knees. Give yourself some cow, cat. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. Exhale, round it in. Counter posing, maybe some circles. Sway as you do what's right for you. And then we're coming now into Sphinx pose. On the belly, take your block forward with you. You might want it. Lower yourself all the way down. Flatten the feet. Again, I'm not flattening my one ankle because it's injured. Click the toenails into the mat. Push the pivot bone down gently. And then elbows under shoulders. I'm just going to stay here 3 minutes into Sphinx pose. Feel again, you can drop the ribs down, arms up into the ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Push the floor away as your shoulder blades come down and feel the energy of your arms pull back for your heart to pull forward. Head can drop, move around, support it on a block. And just be present again. Think of the energy of the heart front to back, pulsing with your breath. Your head's resting on the block. Bring your awareness into the third eye, the pressure center, the center of the forehead there. And then opening up the conversation with your higher self and what you can perceive by tuning in there. 3 more breaths. Hugging into the belly, lift your head off any prop. Press into your palms, lift your elbows, lower all the way onto the belly, forehead to the mat. We're just going to stay in downward shavasana here for a little bit. Let the body find rest as the front of your body connects to the earth. Think about dropping the armor that you are wrapped in currently. The armor around your heart, all the ways in which you protect yourself. Those things come from past experience. Visualize in some way that armor dropping into the earth, off the front of your body. It can be anywhere, but again, today we're focusing on the heart. So let that heaviness drop straight down into the earth. Release yourself from the shackles of the past. And then reaffirm, I am perfect in this moment. I have everything I need to succeed. I am light and love. I have the courage to walk my path and follow my heart's desires. I love myself unconditionally. One more big breath. Really feel the expansive and the brightness of that heart energy and light. And this exhale, really let go. Really heavy. Really dropping that heaviness out or down. Hug into the belly, come up onto your hands, lift yourself up to tabletop. And now we're going to flip back over, grab your block onto the back, both knees bent, feet flat on the floor. You're going to face your wall. We're going to come into supported bridge. So feet are still on the floor. You might want a little arch of the lower back and a flattening, a little cat-cow, just noticing how you feel. With elbows on the ground, lift your upper ribs, squeeze your shoulder blades in and down the back so the arm bone is more connected to the mat, not curled up off the floor like it might be. And then push into your feet, hug your belly, lift your hips, take your block on any setting. I'm going to go highest, knowing my body enough to understand I'm already comfortable there. All right, it can be at any height. It doesn't have to be big to be effective. But on the sacrum, not the spine. 3 minutes here. Arms can go anywhere, but again, suck the arm bone deep into the socket, connected to the ground, and then connect to the natural curve of your neck. Don't let it get forced flat, and don't scoop the tail under. Keep the lumbar curve also neutral. Come back to that visualization of your heart energy and light, pulsing in your breath, spiraling outward in all directions on the inhale, and retracting back on the exhale. Tap into, again, the lioness or the lion and the courage to receive what shows up. Open heart postures can be very energizing, enlivening, but also pull emotion up. Be present, be courageous to meet whatever shows. Halfway through, 1.5 minutes here. It'll be quiet for you to be with yourself. I am worthy of my heart's desires. I have everything I need to succeed. I am perfect in this moment. Gently again, feel your place in space. Hug your belly, push into your feet to lift and come off the block, and slowly bring the pelvis down to the ground. Give yourself palms down anywhere on the torso and a little bit of pelvic movement, forward and back, arched and scooped. All right, we're gonna come into legs up the wall. I like to use a block under the pelvis still, but you can do it without. Give yourself a little 3 or 4 inches away from the wall. You're gonna scoot yourself in. I'm gonna get my hip up on the block, but you can also shove the block in after you're inverted here. So I have my one hip in. Slowly let your arms support you as one leg goes up and the other. I still am going to inch my pelvis closer because I know my hamstrings are okay there. The tighter your hamstrings are, the further away you can go from the wall. Make any little adjustments, again, block under the sacrum, not the lower back. Let the legs relax. Shoulder blades in and down the back, hands anywhere. I'm going open palm. We're gonna be here 7 minutes. In quiet stillness with yourself. Receiving information, wisdom, knowledge from higher self, from source, from the Leo energy in the sky. Using that visualization if it works for you. Heart energy pulsing, expanding with each breath. Meet whatever surfaces with courageousness, with the courage of the lion. Scan your body and decide if there's anything you can do or shift to make yourself any more comfortable. Even if it's just 10% more comfortable. Notice if you're clenching your jaw or gripping anywhere in the hips and legs. Just soften. Even if that bends your knees a little bit more, even if your toes roll further outward. Find a bit more relaxation in the body. And those of you on a block, notice if it's scooping your pelvis under, and see if you can adjust or come on off so that your sacrum is flat on the surface and your lumbar curve is maintained. Let this gentle inversion use gravity's pull to feed your heart, to feed your throat, your voice, and your third eye and the mind, to open your intuitiveness, your intuitive wisdom. Sometimes I like to make up words. Sorry. To we got a package delivered here. Of course. We still have 4 more minutes here, so come back in. Again, letting gravity feed the heart, your throat, your voice, your inner knowing. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. Come back to that visualization of heart energy. What more can we receive in this last moment here? Gently start to wiggle your toes around, your fingers if that feels good. Roll wrists and ankles. Slowly let the feet come to the wall, bending the knees down into the chest. You can push off the wall and get the block out of the way, coming all the way down. Then we're going to roll to one side. Gently press up to sit. And again, finding a comfortable seat. Don't watch me, I'm going one straight leg because of my injury, but sitting tall, the prop is always useful to allow the hips to heavy and the spine to right itself with ease. Let's take the hands over the heart, connecting to our inner light. Hopefully this practice today helps uncover some truths about bad habits, limiting beliefs, the ways in which we play small and dim our own light, the ways in which we can stay and remain attached to past traumas and experiences that armor our hearts. Hopefully we allowed ourselves and gave ourselves permission to release some of that. And even though we're a day late with this practice, it's still valid, still viable for you to channel the double Leo sky. Moon will transition to Virgo today. But this grand trine in Earth is supporting you to know your worth, what you value the most, the beauty you find within, and shining your light outward in benefit of a better world for all. Thank you for showing up with me today and yourself, and I bless you in this process as we're all in this together. It's gonna take me a little bit. See you soon, my friends.